Funeral Script 3, Claire Walsh. Mourners gather at Penrose Girls' School Chapel. Music that's playing is Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic by The Police. Welcome and introduction. Hello and welcome today to this service to share memories and sorrow on the loss of Claire Walsh. Her family are very grateful for all of your presence and support at this time. What strikes me today is the breadth of people at this service, all who have had the pleasure of knowing and interacting with this woman, who was kind and thoughtful, but had such a depth and ability to reach and connect with people. We would like to acknowledge Miles, Willie and Lucy today, as well as Claire's parents, Fred and Catherine, and Miles' parents, Nathan and Linda, and also Claire's extended family and friends. Can I please ask that you all take a moment to turn off your mobile phones or put them on silent to be fully present at this service and what will be a commemoration of Claire's life and achievements. Thank you all for wearing white today, and we know Claire would be so pleased at this simple and moving act in keeping with her Buddhist practice. Buddhists believe that death is a natural part of life, and the practice, a part of the practice, is to practice acceptance of death and a sort of detachment from a traditional Western idea of that we all have a persistent self. From all accounts, this helped Claire in her life very much, placing her worries and anxiety into perspective and in the present moment, with a reassurance that she would be lucky if she was reborn into a new form and her spirit essentially live on. For those of us here today, we may wonder why and feel some strong emotion, but we can be comforted by the fact that Claire, in her lifetime, did some reflection and meditation on these very things. Indeed, such questions. In a general sense, Buddhists believe that the antidote to grief is actually mindfulness. So hopefully we can, in small ways, take this idea and perhaps understand the idea that if we grieve with intention and knowledge, this can contribute to our own spiritual awakening. Please take a moment to contemplate the beautiful array of lilies, chrysanthemums and lotuses as floral tributes to Claire, and the concepts that they represent, which are purity, peace and enlightenment. Purity, peace and freedom. We will have a chance to reflect and focus our thoughts, but we want today to fully feel the loss of this funny, warm and involved woman. She was community-minded and encouraged those values in her children. Not to be a bystander, but to acknowledge injustices and problems in the social arena. One of Claire's favourite sayings was, "With the new day comes new strength and new thoughts," by Eleanor Roosevelt. She had been plagued by anxiety from her teenage years, and she knew that directing her energies outward was one way, and a fantastic way of not dwelling on those thoughts and feelings. She and Miles have raised these two quite different but self-sufficient individuals who understand how to give back to their own communities. Lucy has been recently involved in a fund run to raise much needed funds for brain cancer, which one of her close circle is currently dealing with. And Willie is studying nursing and so he can bring all of those skills of empathy into that clinical sphere that he's planning to work in, and he's looking forward to that. We have some readings now. Lucy would like to read a poem to her mum, and then Ruth will read the eulogy for Claire on behalf of Claire's, she's reading the eulogy, but I'm sure that the family and colleagues assembled here today will absolutely relate. So, Lucy, can I just get you up here to read your poem? I'm Lucy now. Mother, author unknown. Your mother is always with you. She is the whisper in the leaves as you walk down the street. She is the smell of certain foods you remember, flowers you pick. She is the fragrance of life. She is the cool hand on your brow when you are not feeling well. She is your breath in the air on a cold winter's day. Your mother lives inside your laughter. She's the place you come from, your first home. And she's the map you follow with every step you take. She's your best friend, your worst enemy, even your first love. But nothing on earth can separate you, not time, not space, not even death. And that was very meaningful. Thank you, Lucy. Our next speaker will be delivering the eulogy. And yes, welcome, Ruth. Good morning, all. I would like this morning to speak about our lost friend and now the brightest star in my night sky, etc. We'll leave that there because I'll be recording a separate eulogy later. Thank you so much, Lucy and Ruth. We have some beautiful memories and anecdotes there that give us a real rounded picture of Claire, someone who lived a full, rich and interesting life. I would just briefly like to share a quote which may go some way to describing the sort of teacher Claire was, being a high school teacher at this very school. This will also give us an even clearer sense of her values and the ideas she wanted to infuse her students with. The quote comes from Amos Branson Alcott. The true teacher defends his pupils against his own personal interest. He inspires self-trust. He guides their eyes from himself to the spirit that quickens them. He will have no disciples. Please enjoy a selection now from Claire's life and her journey, lovingly selected by her family. A time to reflect upon all of who Claire was and the importance of the relationships in her life. Celebrant introduces audiovisual tribute to music, She's Got to Be Loved by Jenny Morris. Everyone is now welcome, this is after the tribute, to reflect further and come forward after the family has had their own opportunity to farewell Claire with some lavender. Please remember to allow the immediate family some space, and there will be time to speak to them afterward as tea and coffee and a selection of some of Claire's favourite cakes, such as fruitcake, will be served in the next room. Reflection music is Let It Be by Paul McCartney and the Beatles. Thank you all for your cooperation and presence, your participation today. We can take away this wisdom from Claire's beloved Buddhist philosophy. Grief can seem like an unbearable experience, but in our loss and sorrow, we can find the pieces of our lives that we ourselves have forgotten. Please take care and look after each other, and let us linger a little longer to prolong the reminiscence and memories of Claire Walsh, who graced us with her contribution, and give thanks for all that she was to us. Exit music. I Knew I Loved You, Savage Garden. End.